Just a few hours earlier, 18-year-old Jamal Malik, a boy from the streets of India, shocked the entire country by reaching the hot seat on the Indian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Under the glare of studio lights and millions of viewers, host Prem Kumar asks for his name and occupation, and Jamal answers plainly he is a chaiwala, an errand boy at a call center.
And what type of call center would that be?
XL5 mobile phones.
Oh, so you're the one who calls me up every single day of my life with special offers, huh?
No. Actually, I'm an assistant.
An assistant phone basher?
Prem immediately turns that into a joke, mocking the nervous boy in front of the nation as if someone like him has already wandered too far above his station. Now, Jamal is in police custody, accused of cheating his way through the show. Constable Srinivas tells Inspector Singh that after hours of interrogation, Jamal still refuses to confess. But the longer he holds out, the more the police are forced to consider an impossible idea. Maybe the so-called slumdog didn't cheat. Maybe he just knows things. That question drags Jamal back to the slums of Mumbai, where he grew up with his older brother Salim. The boys are trouble from the start, running through the streets, dodging local authorities, and constantly being dragged back to school by their exhausted mother. One day, after losing patience with them, their teacher smacks Jamal across the head with a copy of the Three Musketeers and mockingly calls him and Salim Athos and Porthos. At the time, it sounded like nothing more than a random insult aimed at two reckless boys. Years later, that throwaway moment will decide everything. In the present, Srinivas turns on the TV, pulling the interrogation back to Jamal's first question on the show. Prem explains the lifelines, ask the audience, 50-50, or phone a friend, before asking about the star of a famous 1973 Bollywood film starring Amitabh Bachchan. The second Jamal hears the actor's name, the answer stops being trivia. It becomes a memory. As children, Jamal and Salim are already hustling for survival, even running a makeshift toilet business in the middle of the slum to squeeze pocket money out of desperate customers. One day, Jamal refuses to leave the toilet, while an angry customer bangs outside demanding his money back. But that problem vanishes the moment a helicopter appears overhead, carrying none other than Amitabh Bachchan himself. The entire neighborhood erupts. Men, women, and children race through the mud for a glimpse of India's biggest movie star. And Jamal clutches his folded photo of Amitabh like a legal document of destiny. Salim, being Salim, locks him inside the toilet stall as a joke. But Jamal refuses to let one locked door ruin the biggest moment of his life. With no clean way out, he chooses the path that defies hygiene, logic, and dignity. He drops straight into the filth below, climbs out covered from head to toe, and charges through the crowd, looking like the Matrix itself has rejected him. The smell alone clears a path. Against all odds and several social expectations, Jamal reaches Amitabh Bachchan and gets the autograph. For Jamal, it is magic. For Salim, it lasts exactly as long as resale value allows. Later, while their mother is bathing him nearby, Salim quietly steals the signed photo and sells it for cash. Jamal is crushed. To him, the autograph was priceless. To Salim, it was liquidity. Even as children, the brothers are already living in two completely different economies. Back on the show, Jamal answers correctly. The audience applauds, but the police are still not convinced. They cannot understand how someone like him knows these things because they are looking for education where they should be looking at scars. Jamal's life has forced him to remember things he would rather forget. That becomes even clearer with the next question. It is so simple that even children in the audience know the answer instantly, yet somehow it is the one that makes Jamal struggle. He has to use a lifeline, and that only makes him look more suspicious. How does a boy answer the impossible questions, only to hesitate at something basic? Jamal explains the truth as simply as he can. Knowledge is not handed out fairly. The rich learn from books. The poor learn from necessity. Survival teaches lessons school never bothers to cover, like the exact price of food at local canteens.
Pani puri. One plate, how much?
10 rupees.
Wrong. 15 since Diwali. Who stole Constable Verma's bicycle outside Santa Cruz Station last Thursday?
You know that one?
Everyone in Juhu knows that, even 5-year-olds.
The next question cuts much deeper. What does the Hindu god Rama hold in his right hand? The answer is tied to one of Jamal's worst memories. Years earlier, he and Salim are playing near a river while their mother washes clothes nearby, when riots suddenly explode through the slums. Armed mobs flood the streets, beating and killing anyone in their path. Their mother tells the boys to run, trying to buy them even a few seconds of safety. But before they can escape, Jamal sees her beaten to death in front of him. There is no time to grieve, and he can only run. As the brothers flee through the burning streets, Jamal catches sight of a boy dressed as Lord Rama, holding a bow and arrow in his right hand. It is a random image in the middle of chaos, but trauma burns it permanently into his mind. Back on the show, he answers correctly without hesitation. Afterward, he quietly tells the police that every morning he wishes he did not know that answer, because if he did not know it, maybe his mother would still be alive. As the prize money rises, disbelief turns into fascination. Jamal reaches 250,000 rupees, and the next question asks about a famous song written by a legendary poet. Exactly the kind of thing the system assumes a slum kid should never know. But once again, Jamal's answer comes from lived experience. After their mother's death, Jamal and Salim are left completely alone. At night, they hide inside abandoned containers because open-air sleeping is apparently a luxury reserved for people who own roofs. During a storm, Jamal spots a girl standing alone in the rain. Her name is Latika. Like them, she has nothing left except survival instincts and timing worse than weather forecasts. Salim refuses to let her in, convinced she will slow them down. But Jamal ignores logic the way most people ignore warning labels. Once Salim falls asleep, he invites her inside. Salim wakes up, sees her there, and says nothing. From there, the three children survive together, scavenging, stealing, and sleeping wherever the streets allow. Eventually, they meet Mama, a man who seems kind in the way dangerous people usually do. He offers food, shelter, and safety among other orphaned children, and for one brief moment, it feels like rescue. But Mama's kindness has a business model. He runs an exploitation ring, forcing children to beg for money, and in his world, disabled children earn more. Health is not a blessing, it is a liability. One night, Maman gathers the children and asks them to sing. It looks like entertainment. In reality, it is selection. A boy with a beautiful voice stands out, and moments later, Maman blinds him so he can earn more money on the streets. Salim witnesses it, and something inside him hardens for good. When Maman asks for Jamal next, Salim is sent to bring him in. Jamal, meanwhile, is with Latika, describing his grand plan: a house in the city, wealth, and a life where the three of them live like the Three Musketeers. In his mind, all he has to do is pass an audition with a song. So when Salim calls him, Jamal follows eagerly. Latika sneaks after them, hoping for a better ending than experience usually provides. Jamal starts singing for Maman, unaware that he has walked straight into a trap. But before Maman can destroy him too, Salim snaps. He grabs the chemical, throws it into Maman's face, and screams for Jamal to run. The children bolt into the darkness as Maman's men chase them through the night. At the last second, Jamal and Salim leap onto a moving train, but when Latika reaches for Salim's hand, he lets her go. Jamal turns on him in fury, and the brothers struggle across the train floor until Salim coldly insists she'll be fine. Latika always finds a way to survive. Back on the game show, Jamal keeps climbing toward the grand prize. The next question asks whose face appears on the American $100 bill. The audience laughs in disbelief because a boy from the slums should not even know American currency exists, let alone recognize it instantly. But Jamal calmly answers, Benjamin Franklin. Once again, the answer is not something he studied. It is something his life forced him to remember. After escaping Maman, Jamal and Salim spend years surviving on trains that cut across India. At first, they sell whatever they can to passengers. When that stops being enough, they move into petty theft. Before long, they discover a better hustle, posing as unofficial tour guides at famous landmarks, where Salim works the crowds outside while Jamal leads foreigners through the attractions, inventing fake history with complete confidence.
The Taj Mahal was built by Emperor Khurram for his wife Mumtaz. Now when she died, the emperor decided to build this 5-star hotel for everyone who would like to visit it too. But the swimming pool, as you can see, was completed on schedule in top-class fashion.
Says nothing of this in the guidebook.
The guidebook was written by a bunch of lazy, good-for-nothing Indian beggars.
During one scam, Jamal gets caught stealing and ends up injured while helping an American couple. Feeling sorry for him, they hand him a $100 bill. The money itself means little to Jamal. What matters is what it might buy him. One more chance to change his life, and more importantly, one more chance to find Latika. By now, she is no longer just a memory. She is the reason he keeps moving. That hope pulls Jamal back toward the past. He convinces Salim to return to the old slum, desperate for any trace of the girl they lost years earlier. But the journey does not just bring them closer to Latika. It forces them to face what Maman left behind. Jamal unexpectedly finds the same boy Maman blinded, for having a beautiful singing voice. Years have passed, but he is still on the streets, still singing for strangers, fully blind and still trapped in the life Maman forced on him. The sight hits Jamal hard. Without hesitation, he gives the boy the entire $100 bill, almost as if he is returning something that was never truly his to keep. The blind man is suspicious at first, so he asks Jamal to describe what is printed on it. Jamal awkwardly describes the portrait as a bald man with long hair around the sides, and the man immediately laughs, recognizing him as Benjamin Franklin. Even without his sight, his memory has not faded. That answer later carries Jamal through the game show, but in the moment, the man gives him something far more important than trivia. He tells Jamal where Latika might be found, while warning him not to chase too hard. Girls trapped in that world rarely escape without consequences. But Jamal's decision was made years ago. He has held on to Latika for too long to turn back now. That same night, Jamal and Salim enter the red light district searching for her. Inside a crowded room, Jamal finally sees Latika again, dressed in blue and forced to dance before older men, barely resembling the innocent girl they once protected. Before he can even process it, Mama notices them.
Hello again, Jamal, Salim. Never forget a face, Bunnus? Especially one that I own. You really thought you could just walk in and take my prize away? Latika, come. Have you any idea how much this little virgin is worth?
While Jamal freezes in horror, Salim does the unthinkable and pulls out a revolver. Mama instantly backs down, claiming he wants no more problems with them. For 1 second, it almost looks like everyone might walk away alive, but Salim knows Mama never forgets, and he refuses to leave a threat behind. Without flinching, he shoots him dead. Latika scrambles to grab the scattered money while Jamal stands there horrified, hands over his head, realizing that Salim did not just save them. He crossed a line he may never come back from. Still, the three escape together, and for the first time in years, freedom feels real. Hidden from the world, they laugh, rest, and imagine a life beyond survival. For Jamal, those days beside Latika become unforgettable. One night, under the dim glow of a light, she dances playfully while making shadow puppets against the wall, and the moment feels almost impossible after everything they have endured. Latika admits she is still surprised Jamal came back for her after all these years. Jamal simply smiles and tells her he always knew they would reunite. To him, it is destiny. Neither of them says the obvious, but they do not have to. They are already in love, but peace never lasts long with Salim. While Jamal is dreaming of a better future, Salim starts walking straight into the world they should be escaping. He approaches Javed, a powerful gangster and one of Maman's rivals, and boldly reveals that he killed Maman. Instead of punishing him, Javed respects the ruthlessness and brings him into the gang. The same boy who once protected Jamal is slowly becoming the kind of man they used to fear. That change finally tears the brothers apart one drunken night. Salim orders Jamal out of the room because he wants Latika for himself. Jamal understands exactly what he means and attacks him in rage, but Salim pulls out the revolver and points it directly at him.
Shut up! The man with the Colt 45 says shut up! Go now, or Gunmaster Jinan will shoot you right between the eyes. Don't think he won't. I'm giving you 5 seconds.
Forced outside at gunpoint, Jamal can only watch as Latika quietly urges him to leave before the door shuts in his face. His own brother, the boy who once saved him from Mama, is now the one holding the weapon. That image stays with Jamal for years. Salim's gun aimed at him, protecting nothing but his own corruption. Years later, that memory resurfaces on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when Jamal is asked who invented the revolver. He sees the gun pointed at him all over again, connects it to the answer, and gets it right. With that, he continues climbing until his winnings reach 2.5 million rupees. Inspector Singh still needs to understand how Jamal ended up on the show in the first place. So Jamal explains what happened after losing both Salim and Latika. For years, he drifts through life alone until he eventually finds work as a chaiwala at the call center connected to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. His job is simple: serve tea, deliver coffee, and remain invisible. One day at the call center, a coworker asks Jamal to cover his phone lines while he steps away for personal business. Nearby, another employee complains about never getting selected for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and Jamal casually tells him the exact moment to call during the ad break when the lines open. He explains that someone from the technical department once revealed the timing, but the worker brushes it off as nonsense. To him, Jamal is still just the T-boy. While managing the calls, Jamal hears a woman's voice that suddenly reminds him of Latika, and the memory pulls him right back into the search he never truly abandoned. Acting on impulse, he sneaks into the company database and looks for her contact information. But there are too many women with the same name, so he tries the next closest path, Salim. This time, the search is narrower, and after several attempts, Jamal finally finds a number connected to his brother. The moment Jamal hears Salim's voice after years of silence, every buried feeling comes rushing back. Anger, pain, betrayal, and the old bond neither of them can fully erase.
Listen, we had to go, Jamal. Maman's guys, they were searching the hotel. Jamal, say something, please.
Hello, Salim.
They arrange to meet the next day on the rooftop of one of Javed's properties, and when Jamal finally sees him again, the rage nearly takes over. For a second, he looks ready to throw Salim off the roof. Instead, he beats him with his fists, while Salim barely fights back, because guilt has already done most of the damage. As the confrontation burns itself out, Salim admits he regrets many things, especially what happened with Latika. He claims he tried to reach Jamal and left messages, but Jamal insists he never received them. The truth stays messy, but the violence between them slowly gives way to something quieter.
We used to live right there, man. Now, it's all business. India is at the center of the world now, bhai. And I am at the center of the center. This is all Javed bhai's.
The gangster from our slum. You work for him.
Come on. Who else do you think would save us from Maman's guys, huh?
What do you do for him?
Anything he asks.
Before they part, Salim warns Jamal to leave before Javed and his men arrive. Jamal refuses to move until he knows what happened to Latika, but Salim only tells him she is long gone and urges him to forget her. Still, he gives Jamal a spare key to his apartment, not wanting to lose his brother again after all these years. But Jamal has not come this far to forget Latika. While staying with Salim, he keeps looking for her, and one day, when Salim takes a gun and heads out for gang business, Jamal follows him. The trail leads to a mansion where he sees Salim speaking to a woman who looks like Latika. Once Salim leaves, Jamal approaches the gate and claims he is there to work as a cook. The guard checks the register and says no cook is expected, only a dishwasher. So Jamal switches instantly and says that is him. Inside the mansion, Jamal moves carefully until he finds Latika in the living room. The second they see each other, years of separation collapse at once, and they embrace like the world has finally given them a second chance. Jamal notices she is watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and asks why she cares about it. Latika tells him it gives people a chance to dream.
Isn't it? Walk into another life.
But reality pulls her back just as quickly. She tells Jamal to leave before Javed returns because she is trapped in a life of fear and abuse. Jamal begs her to come with him and promises Salim will protect them, but Latika cannot understand how he still trusts his brother after everything Salim has done. When Javed returns, he humiliates her in front of Jamal and changes the channel, reminding her that he is already a millionaire, so she does not need to watch that nonsense. Seeing how Javed treats her only hardens Jamal's resolve. He begs her again to run with him, but Latika warns that Javed will kill them both. When she reveals that Javed is moving them out of the country soon, Jamal gives her the only escape plan he can. Meet him at the train station at 5 o'clock whenever she is ready.
I'll wait at the VT station 5 o'clock every day until you come.
From then on, Jamal waits at the station every day, scanning the crowds for her. Eventually, Latika appears in a yellow dress, and for one brief moment, hope feels real again. But before Jamal can reach her, Salim and Javed's men appear and drag her away. Jamal is left standing in the crowd, watching her vanish from his life all over again. Whatever fragile piece he had started rebuilding with Salim breaks completely. The brother who once saved him has now helped take Latika from him twice. That loss is what pushes Jamal onto Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He has no idea where Javed is hiding Latika, but he knows she loves the show, and he hopes that if she is allowed to watch anything, she might see him there. As the game continues, Jamal reaches another major question involving Cambridge Circus in England. He knows almost nothing about British geography, but the name sparks a memory of a boat ride he once took. He trusts the memory, guesses the answer, and somehow gets it right. Just like that, Jamal secures 5 million rupees. The next question raises the stakes even higher, but before Prem reads it, he reminds Jamal that he can walk away safely with what he already has. When the question comes, Jamal admits he does not know the answer, but Prem pressures him to stay, claiming it is written that he will win. During the commercial break, Prem follows Jamal into the restroom and tries to sound like an ally. He tells Jamal that he is the only other person from the slums who has ever won the competition, acting as if he genuinely wants him to succeed.
You're on the edge of history, kid.
I don't see what else I can do.
Maybe it's written, my friend. Just get some kind of karmic feeling. You're gonna win this. Trust me, Jamal.
He calls it destiny, then leaves. When Jamal turns to the mirror, he sees the letter B written there and stares at it, unsure whether he has just been helped or trapped. When the game resumes, Prem repeats the question, clearly expecting Jamal to choose B. Instead, Jamal uses his 50-50 lifeline, leaving only B and D. Now, the choice is not really about trivia anymore. It is about whether Jamal trusts the man smiling in front of him or the instincts built from a lifetime of betrayal. He chooses D.
You know. So it could be B, Ricky Ponting.
Or D. Jacobs. Final answer. D.
D-lock kiya jaye. Computer ji, D-lock kiya jaye.
The audience erupts as Jamal advances to the final question, but the show has run out of time, so the last round is pushed to the next day. As Prem escorts him out, two men suddenly attack Jamal and force him into a car. When someone asks Prem if he is sure Jamal cheated, Prem says he must have, because he fed him the wrong answer, and Jamal still chose correctly.
How do you know he's cheating? I fed him the wrong answer and that little shit got it right. You gave him an answer? Not exactly. But how does it matter? It's my show. My fucking show!
Back at the police station, Inspector Singh finally understands. Jamal has been telling the truth the whole time. He is not a fraud. His answers are just the scars his life left behind. Singh wishes him good luck and releases him that same night. By now, Jamal's story has become national news. Across India, people crowd around televisions waiting to see whether the slum boy can actually win. Among them are Salim and Latika. Watching his brother risk everything for the woman he never stopped loving, Salim finally sees the damage he has caused. He tells Latika that Jamal would never give up on her, then hands her his car keys and cell phone. When she questions him, he simply asks her to forgive him for everything. Latika then races away, but the studio is surrounded by crowds, making it impossible for her to get inside. With no other choice, she watches the broadcast from the roadside. In the studio, Prem asks the final question.
In Alexander Dumas' book, The Three Musketeers, two of the musketeers are called Athos and Porthos. What was the name of the third musketeer? Aramis, B. Cardinal Richelieu, C. D'Artagnan, or D. Planchet.
After all these years, the cruel irony lands perfectly. Jamal's teacher once mocked him and Salim as Athos and Porthos, but the third name, the missing piece, was the one answer Jamal never learned. Unsure, he uses his final lifeline and phones a friend. At first, no one picks up. Prem starts mocking him for trusting someone who might ruin his future. But then, Latika realizes Salim gave her his phone. She rushes back to the car and answers.
Is that really you?
Yes.
The question, Jamal, the question.
In Alexander Dumas' book, The Three Musketeers, two of the musketeers are called Athos and Porthos. What was the name of the third musketeer? Aramis, B. Cardinal Richelieu, C. D'Artagnan, D. Planchet.
15 seconds.
Where are you?
I'm safe.
10 seconds. Latika, what do you think?
I don't know.
I've never known.
While the whole country waits for his final choice, Javed discovers Latika has escaped and storms through the building searching for her. Salim already knows what is coming. Sitting alone in a bathtub filled with money, he waits for Javed to enter. The moment Javed opens the bathroom door, Salim shoots him, but Javed's men immediately fire back, taking Salim down for killing their boss. As he dies, Salim whispers,
God is great.
After years of betrayal, fear, and violence, his final act gives Jamal and Latika the chance he once stole from them. Back on the show, Jamal still has no answer from the phone call, so he trusts fate one last time and guesses the answer.
Hey.
A, because?
Just because.
It is correct. Across India, crowds explode with celebration as Jamal wins 20 million rupees. But the money was never the point. After the show, Jamal goes to the train station where he once told Latika to meet him, and this time, she is there. They spot each other in the crowd and run into each other's arms. Jamal gently touches the scar left on her face by Javed's men, then kisses her. For the first time in the entire story, he finally looks at peace. To millions of poor people watching across the country, Jamal becomes more than a contestant. He becomes proof that where you come from does not decide where your story ends.
Where's Salim? Dunno. You're a sweet boy, Jamal.